At 13 News Now at 4 begins with breaking news of the death of country music icon Dolly Parton. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Connor Real. Dolly Parton died peacefully today in Nashville at 80 years old. She wrote hundreds of songs, including many classics like Jolene and I Will Always Love You, some of the biggest songs we've ever had. But Dolly wasn't just a legendary singer and songwriter. She was also known as a great philanthropist. Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
Well, a truly heartbreaking announcement today. An icon of country music, of philanthropy, a singular talent, and by all descriptions, just a good person. Dolly Parton has died at the age of 80. In a statement released by her family, they said in part, quote, a rhinestone life that shone bright enough for the world to see. Parton had been dealing with health issues for a while, and as recently as August 21st, she was quoted in a People article saying she was still working while trying to heal from issues that cropped up. She had canceled a planned Las Vegas residency the year prior due to those health concerns and others, but in her typical upbeat way, she said she planned to be back at work soon. Born in a rural part of Tennessee, growing up in very humble beginnings, Parton, of course, grew into an entertainment icon who has been basically a fixture in the national landscape since the early 70s. Her first stint at the Grand Ole Opry came at just 13 years old, and from there she was off hit after country hit, movies, TV shows. She was also an entrepreneur, opening her own amusement park in eastern Tennessee, along with branding all kinds of products along the way. But what she might be most remembered for outside of her music is her philanthropy, notably Dolly's Imagination Library, which has donated more than 300 million books and counting, and a remarkable accomplishment there. Parton was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2022, a legend amongst us, now gone at age 80. Matt Rivers, ABC News, New York.
So the influence went well beyond the music, but as for that music, Dolly Parton had 25 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. That includes Jolene and I Will Always Love You, like we mentioned, but also 9 to 5 and an accompanying movie that she starred in. Right after the news broke this afternoon, I spoke with Don London, Vice President of Operations and Programming for Odyssey, Virginia, about Dolly Parton's impact.
She connected with people. You know, the whole notion of women working 9 to 5 and women in the working world and wearing multiple hats, you know, people can relate to that. Women can relate to that. And she put it in a real place, and you know, her fashion choice, you know, you could say she was an early Lady Gaga or an early Madonna. You know, she wasn't afraid to dress the way she wanted to, and nobody had been doing it like she did publicly and in the music business, and she did it her way and did it with class and finesse, and she made it fun.
You can watch our full conversation streaming now on the 13 News Now app. And mourners are currently visiting Dolly's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She was enshrined there back in 1984. We'll have continuing coverage of Dolly Parton's death throughout the evening. At 4:30, more on the recent opening of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library and push for children's literacy right here in Portsmouth.